Yo, what's happening, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we got My Hero Academia, the start of season 4 on deck, dude. I'm excited for this, guys. I can't believe that we made it 4 seasons already, guys. It literally feels like we just started. I don't even know, man. It just doesn't feel like we've been doing the channel that long and that we have been watching this stuff that's that long, but we actually have, man. We're 4 seasons in. I don't remember when I started the channel. I'm trying to think about the month and how long it's been. It's had to have been it's had to have been over 6 months, like maybe 8 months, 9 months, something like that, man. But it's crazy to me that we are already on season 4 of My Hero Academia. And like, I just think back of like, man, think about season 1 and where Deku and Bakugo and like really everybody in Class 1A was. And now we look at it now. And, you know, we even think about the last episode we saw where they were all fighting. They were fighting the big three, or they were fighting, oh gosh, I'm terrible with names, but they were fighting the dude who's like always smiling. The one that, Aizawa was basically saying like, hey, I think this guy's probably the closest to being the new number 1 hero than anybody else, including the pros. But man, I just think about that and I'm like, even though they got their butts kicked, like just the level of maturity and the confidence and all that kind of stuff, because you think back at the season 1 when it was like, they first encountered the villains in like that, what is that, like training ground or whatever, and how they had basically almost no confidence in their abilities and their quirks and all this stuff. I mean, you know, Bakugo kind of did and Todoroki did because I think they were kind of already naturally that way, but like none of the other students had all the confidence in what they were doing. They were so scared in that situation. They rose to the occasion, but the situation itself, they were still scared and whatnot like that. And I'm not saying that they aren't still scared now when they have certain situations, but I feel like their maturity and their level to rise to those occasions are even more like proven now than it was back then, you know? And I think that they are just so much more willing to just be like, all right, the world needs a heroes. Let's step up and let's be those heroes. So it's crazy to me. We've come a long way. We're halfway through My Hero Academia. Just like I said, kind of nice to reflect back. You know what I mean? So, but all that, guys, hit that subscribe button. We'd love to have you join, guys. We'd love to have you be a part of the channel, guys. We'd love to also have you guys be a part of Patreon. So if you want to join us over on Patreon, guys, the link is down below. It's free to join. There are other options if you choose to support the channel, but again, you don't need to. That's all just if that is what you choose to do. But either way, being a part of this, being a part of the channel, being a part of the Patreon, that's good enough for me, man. I'm just happy that y'all are here and y'all are vibing with me and we're watching this together and we're continuing to grow together, man. So with all that being said, I don't need to keep on talking. Let's get into this, man. The start of season 4, baby, and it is called The Scoop on UA Class 1A. Let's see what's going on, man. What's the scoop? Oh,
Still
shit.
weak though. That's because
Back to this fight, huh?
I didn't put my back into it that time. United States of Smash!
Goated fight.
He's knocked out! All Might
All Might?
stands victorious! He saved us yet again!
I can't believe we're never gonna see him in action again.
How about you get back to work, fanboy?
Yes, ma'am.
Hero name? All Might. As a young man, his work with genius scientist David Shield brought him worldwide recognition.
What do you have on that villain he fought in his last battle?
The police aren't releasing any information about him. All I know is that he's the mastermind behind the League of Villains.
The story won't just fall in your lap! You have to get out there and chase it down!
Am I interrupting? Anger's really not a good look on you, Chief. Now come on, give us a smile.
Oh, I thought this was the guy we saw last episode called Sir or something.
Well, look who's here. Hey, Tane.
Long time no see. Sounds like you're looking for a story.
Now, it's your turn.
Quite a statement. But what do you suppose he meant by it?
Oh, they're going to start digging into this whole Midoriya and the passing it on.
I got your boss, now I'm after you.
Dang.
If that were the case, though, wouldn't he have said it differently? You bastards are next on my list? Or something more along those lines?
No.
What are you suggesting here?
4 months ago, All Might took a position as a teacher at UA High, knowing he was reaching the end of his time as a hero. Then he ends his last battle with the message, "Now it's your turn."
So you think...
That's right. He's been assessing the next generation of UA students, hoping he can find a successor among them. And, considering how he phrased his message, I believe he's already selected one. At first, I thought it was one of UA's big three. Third year, Mirio Togata.
Mirio,
He
that's his
pays
name.
regular visits to the agency run by Sir Night-Eye, All Might's former sidekick.
You're right, maybe he's our guy.
However, it appears that All Might and Sir Night-Eye have parted ways. They no longer seem to be in contact with one another.
Could be misdirection.
Possible. But I've actually been kicking around another theory. From what I hear, All Might's been spending an unusual amount of his time with the students in Class 1A.
We'll get you access to the school. And in return...
And in return, I'll provide your paper with an exclusive scoop. For a substantial fee, of course.
Now the title makes sense. The scoop on UA.
Yeah. They want to do a feature on your class for some reason. The article's about how you're settling in, adjusting to dorm life, that kind of thing. Principal Nezu thought it would be a good idea. This'll show your parents and guardians that you're happy here. Maybe set a few...
Can I just say one thing real fast? And I don't want people to get upset, or I don't want people to be like, oh, how dare you, you know, because I know that, you know, hardcore Midoriya fans are, you know, going to probably be like, what the hell is this guy talking about? But this comes from a genuine place. Like, I genuinely want to know, like, maybe there's more I need to see of what's going on, but I genuinely am curious why All Might chose Midoriya over a lot of these other students. And again, like, I have no hate on Midoriya. He's one of my top 3 favorite characters in all of My Hero Academia. So but I just, like, thinking about it, like, stepping back, thinking about it, right? We met what's his name from the Big Three? I already forgot his name. But we met him from the Big Three. To me, he has been the character that I met that is the most like All Might already. He's very positive. He's a hard worker. Like, he's got a unique quirk, like all this stuff like that. And he has the right mindset to be a number 1 hero. And he's the closest to being the number 1 hero, according to Aizawa. So I guess I'm like, why wouldn't he be someone that All Might considers? And I guess I am thinking about the fact that, like, okay, I got to keep in mind that All Might hadn't started teaching at the school yet. So maybe he didn't know about this student and he met Midoriya first, and then he just knew Midoriya was the one. And maybe that is the case. But I'm just genuinely curious about that stuff, you know, because, like, I could see some of the flaws in Bakugo. Like, I could understand why you wouldn't have chosen Bakugo, because Bakugo has all the right physical abilities to do that and be number 1. He just didn't have the personality for it. He also didn't have, not necessarily care, but in a way, yes, the care. You have Todoroki, similar situation as Bakugo, just doesn't have quite that persona. Whereas Deku does have a lot of, like, the qualities you would want in a hero, and he is very similar to All Might as well. But I'm just curious because of, like I said, I think that guy in the Big Three is like the closest guy we've seen to All Might. Literally looks a lot like All Might. Is a spitting image of what All Might used to be when he was younger, like gung-ho, happy, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I guess I just don't understand why he chose Deku over everybody. Like I said, if the reasoning really is that, you know, because he didn't know any of these students yet, because he hadn't technically started teaching there yet, and so he met Deku, and that just kind of, like, the dominoes fell into place. Get it, got it. But I was kind of thinking about that after the last episode ended, and I was just kind of thinking, like, you know, I understand Deku's great. Deku's got all these cool abilities, you know what I mean? That in terms of, like, he's caring, he's compassionate, he's also a hard worker. He's, you know what I mean? He's everything you want in a hero. But it's just something I was kind of thinking about. But
few minds of
Newscasters are usually hot. This is awesome, right?
He said it was for a paper.
If she wants to write an article about my sticky balls, I'll give her an all-access pass. I'll let her.
I expect you all to be on your best behavior today.
Don't worry on my account, Mr. Aizawa. I want to get a feel for what dorm life is really like, so there's no need for them to act any differently than normal.
I didn't say you could come in yet.
I was told I had from 8 a.m. till 6 p.m., so unless my watch is wrong. Principal Nezu has probably already spoken to you about this, but I want to make sure you don't interfere in any way. No offense.
I understand. If you need anything, just let me know.
I'm sure I'm in very capable hands. This is Class 1A, after all. Every student here is a promising hero candidate.
Ida, if there's a problem, let me know immediately. Got it?
Of course, sir! As class representative, I will carry out my duty to ensure the safety of all my fellow students, no matter what.
That's great, thanks. So what would you normally be doing this time of day?
Having breakfast.
No need to be so formal. Just pretend that I'm not here. and
I
go
can
about
tell
your
this
business like
reporter
you
is up
usually
to
do.
something. Doesn't feel criminal, though. I'll leave him to it for now.
He does just like.
It took some schmoozing, but you're good to go. You've got permission to talk to the class, but what's your plan when you get there?
I can narrow the roster down if I think about who All Might would consider worthy of his mantle. The most likely group is the 6 who made it to the finals in the sports festival. I'll start my investigation by looking at them. Although, I think I've got a good idea who it could be. It's simple, really. Katsuki Bakugo's abilities are certainly on par with those of pro heroes, but in middle school he declared he would surpass All Might. That makes it difficult to imagine him as the successor. Shoto Todoroki was the runner-up at the sports festival, but his father is the number 2 hero, Endeavor. I don't see that man letting his son surpass him.
Check with the rook.
That leaves third-place winners Fumakage Tokuyami or Tenya Ida. Or maybe Eijiro Kirishima. No. I trust my instincts. They've gotten me many scoops. I think it's Izuku Midoriya.
Oh shit.
Hey,
It's good to see you.
My gut says he's the one. He will be the next symbol of peace.
His gut ain't lying, bro. Question
What
is,
have you been up to out in
is
this
this
rain?
going to be a really good article, or is this going to
nothing
be
much.
an
I just got
Outingham
back from a
article?
regular checkup
That's
at
not
the
good.
hospital. I was starving afterwards, so I stopped to grab a bite, which turned into a whole thing.
I can't believe you're in my store!
So, anyway, I brought the extra buns for your class.
Of course you did. Always thinking of others, huh? With how popular you are, I'm surprised you're not mobbed everywhere you go. As the number 1 hero, you brought hope and smiles to so many people's lives. Protecting citizens and fighting against evil
Bro, I
villains,
miss seeing him
the
in
symbol
that
of
like
peace.
big muscular form, dude. His voice.
Now it's your
charisma.
turn. You and the rest of your class.
This is probably not the best
Right.
time to be doing this right in front of
I'm
the
getting you
window
back on
where
an intense training regimen tomorrow.
reporters
Yes,
watching
I'm
all
ready.
this.
Getting late. Squeezing in one last workout?
Oh, yes.
Something smells good.
Yeah, they're meat buns. Do you want one?
Yes, please.
Whoa, really? So you're a huge All Might fan too, Mr. Tokuda?
Ha! Anyone my age who says they aren't is totally lying. That or they're criminals. I've never seen anyone so cool or so powerful. Do you know about the bombing that took place at an industrial complex 18 years ago?
Yeah, of course I do. It was really terrible, but All Might managed to rescue the 24 people who were working there when the explosion went off.
My dad was one of them. All Might saved my father's life. The blaze was so bad that even the rescue squads couldn't get
Is
close.
this the moment from
And
like
yet-
you see from all
Fear
those
not,
like
citizens!
Yep.
Hope has arrived!
because I am here.
Because I am here!
I turned my camera on without thinking, and the picture I took ended up in the paper.
Oh, that's
It
actually
seemed
really
like
cool.
a miracle my father was rescued. What will happen to our superhuman society in the future? Will we be okay?
I understand. People are starting to worry about what happens next. There's a feeling of unease that's starting to permeate our world. This reporter feels it. I have to work harder.
It's your turn.
What, a picture? But I don't see a camera, and how'd you print it anyway?
It turns out my quirk is a pretty handy one to have.
Oh,
when
he
you
does have
work
a
in
quirk.
journalism.
Oh, look at that. So cool.
Oh, damn, he can
I
grow
can produce
cameras.
them everywhere.
lenses?
Freelance journalist Taneo Tokuda. His quirk, whole body lens. He can sprout lenses anywhere on his body. He can even print pics from his chest. No wonder he ends up with so many scoops.
Everybody heard All Might's
Pretty
last
convenient.
words after the Camino incident.
Now, it's your turn.
And I think that he was saying that to you. My investigation found plenty of similarities between you two. The quirk you manifested is a power type like his. And in middle school, you tried to rescue Bakugo when he was captured by a villain, despite the odds. All Might was the one who saved you both that day. And after you enrolled at UA High, at the same time he became a teacher here. I believe you are All Might's successor.
Damn, he just straight up came out
What do you
and was
think
like,
about that?
Oh,
Yeah, it's you.
Well, the thing is...
You can't lie, can you? That's good. After all, heroes speak the truth.
It's just that
You don't have to worry, kid. I'm not writing an expose, even if I did have evidence. To be honest, I should probably be apologizing to you. You see, I was never planning to report on dorm life. I apologize, but I just had to know that there's still light in this world.
Mr. Tokuda...
I feel better after our conversation here, and now I can encourage others. I won't be lying when I write that there's still hope in the world, even if All Might has retired.
either he's a really genuine reporter or he is lying out of his ass. Like
One more thing.
every average reporter.
That's weird.
I'm gonna cherish this picture. I'll keep it under wraps until later.
It was
Dude,
the
this
end of
just
the
feels
time he'd
so
been allotted, and Mr. Tokuda left
fake.
without telling anyone else in my class goodbye. After hearing what he had to say, I once again felt just how big a responsibility I'd inherited. But even so,
Hey, Deku, are you on your way in for dinner?
Don't tell me it's over.
There's my favorite reporter! So, Spill, did you find
All
out
right,
who All
now
Might's successor's gonna
Time to
be?
find out if this dude's
Apologies. It turns out I jumped to the wrong conclusions.
So it was a waste of time then? Do you have any idea how much begging I had to do to get permission for you to go on
I'm very
campus?
sorry about it, Chief. I know this doesn't make up for it, but I didn't come back empty-handed. See? Here's All Might buying and eating a meat bun.
A candy! So cute! Well done! I never doubted you! You always pull through!
Much obliged.
damn. Our new ending credits here are a much different song and way different too. All right, I'm gonna double check, dude. Usually when we have this much time left, there's like a closing thing, but I could be wrong because also we have a tendency to have just the next episode. Let's see what this is.
the vague sense of unease from All Might's retirement grew stronger. Soon, it would manifest in ways we couldn't imagine.
What's his name
And
again?
become
Double?
something
Or
truly
twice.
terrifying. Here's the preview.
Okay. That was like a really short post-credit scene. But okay, well, you know what? I was 100% wrong. I guess I definitely, like, if this reporter was a real person, I owe him an apology, because I had every reason in the world to feel like he was about to stab Midoriya in the back and go print this whole thing for the press. But you know what? He actually was genuine, or, you know, or at least it seems. I guess at any point he could turn around and he could end up doing exactly what he said he wasn't going to do. But at least until then, guys, I mean, I guess I feel like I was wrong, and he truly does just want to see that there's a spark left in the world. So, I mean, I just can't believe I'm wrong. Now I'm speechless because I'm like, damn, I'm probably look like an idiot sitting here going, all right, this guy's a liar, man. Now it's time to find out the truth. And the whole time he didn't, dude. I swear to God, though, later if he ends up being a person who's turns it around and stabs Midoriya in the back, dude, I'm going to be the guy who's right there. It's like, I told you so. I told you so. But I don't know. I just don't know if I can trust him. He seems too genuine. I don't know. It just doesn't seem trustworthy, but whatever, guys. I'll quit harping on this whole thing. But other than that, guys, like I said, we've got the scoop on UA Class 1A. It looks like we're about to start. Things are about to possibly hit the fan, because now we've got, you know, the League of Villains is making a move or doing something now because they're recruiting more heavy hitters. We haven't seen this guy yet, but what was his name? I'm trying to remember what it was. Outcast or something like that, or crap, I don't remember what his name is. But they recruited this new villain guy who's got like the mask on his face. And so I guess we're going to see what he's all about, and we'll see where and what exactly is about to happen next. So with all that, guys, appreciate y'all's time, man. We will catch you guys in the next episode of My Hero Academia. Deuces.